pandemic or whatever, the next virus they're gonna have that's gonna go around the world and like stop the world. Like you just don't know at this point.
So at this point in our life, by us being older and by spending so much time in the medical field, I'm like, okay, at this time we got to figure out what it is we want to do.
Exactly.
Well, like get our stuff together, protect ourselves, because we know they're not going to protect us. So, and that's where I'm at now. Yeah, I'm laughing and joking about it, or whatever, but this is where I'm at now. We have to protect us because no one else is going to protect us.
Nobody else is.
So, what you think?
So, Miss Ronica, what is your next goal? I know you say you with the nonprofit, so that's what you went with. I know you have other talents as well. Not just healthcare. Like my girls do hair.
Yes, of course, with the hair. Y'all know when it comes to me, always with the hair, So I'm revamping that. I'm revamping my business and everything when it comes to Hollywood hair. I'm revamping that. I'm also letting my daughter start their stuff, but when it comes to the nonprofit with the psych thing, I am gonna have that 1-800 number available to everyone real soon to be that safe haven, to have resources available for people who need somebody to call in the middle of the night, need a place to go, or
Girl, look, I might call you one night.
And want to have a middle break, when people get to the point they want to do that. I want to have that number available, to have those resources available for everybody, not just here in Louisiana, but other places as well.
Right.
To get the help that they need. So I'm working on that, and that'll be available real soon.
And that is amazing. And this is what we need to understand, to know that it's okay to call and get help, or to seek and to talk. Sometimes it may not always be a psychiatric emergency. Being a psychiatric nurse too for a few years, everything doesn't mean you have to go into the ER and talk. Sometimes you just may need to just vent off some steam. Yeah. You may just need someone to listen to understand in a non-judgmental zone that can understand, hey, this person, just have a tough time. Like, life can be hard as hell. Like, I don't care what you got going on, how great you are, how much money you got. You're a human being.
Yes, and it's okay Things not to be okay.
Happen. It's okay
not to be okay. I want people to understand that. I want people to understand that.
That's awesome.
Everybody goes through something. Everybody going through something.
Everybody.
And it's okay. It's okay. It took me a long time to realize it's okay. I was always the strongest person, or the stronger person, to be like, Same. I want to be there for everybody, but at the end of the day, this pandemic showed me I needed somebody to be there for me.
And I remember when you told me that.
Yes, I was broken. I broke down as well. I'm not opposed to the bullshit. I'm going to say that again. So mental health is everything. Like, when they say a mind is a terrible thing to waste, that is freaking serious. That's real.
Let me tell you, a teacher once told me, when I was in nursing school, I was in mental health, and she asked a question, and she said, what would you rather have, cancer or mental illness? The whole class was like, mental illness. It had one person stand up with cancer. I'm like, the hell wrong with cancer? But when you think about it, you probably can cure cancer. My mom is a breast cancer survivor. They caught it very early, although she had her issues dealing with it. My mom alive, kicking and well right now. Still working, still being mama, So she lived with that. Yeah. Mental illness, working in that, those people are never right. I don't care how much meds. You've seen it, Ronica. Yeah. Those people just never live a regular life. Even if they are taking their meds, they just sometimes relapse. They feel better and they stop. They back to it again.
It's like they're fighting every day.
And she was like, you can cure cancer. Mental illness is kind of like an ongoing thing.
Yep, it's incurable. You cannot.
It's ongoing. No matter, the medicines are stabilize you, but it's ongoing. Ain't no, okay, well, you in remission, you good, you find your mind, go get back normal, yada, yada.
I feel as though that mental health is important. And we all go through something. It just takes the right thing to break us all down, to make me feel like, you ain't better than nobody else.
You ain't.
It, just like it's messing with this person, it can mess with you. Like, so you ain't too much different than no one else. And that's why I'm at with it. So, like I say, when it comes to me and it comes to my friend who I know that love helping people,
I love helping
we're going to always be there for others because we know we actually dealt with it, ourselves.
Okay, so tell me about the dating world. When I know, like I said, you say you do the 312s and you actually like it. I do too, and I get it. You have your days off. But be honest with you, those days off are days we have to still do stuff. So sometimes I don't feel like it's an off day. So you're catching up on rest, laundry,
yes,
running here and there. So you think picking the kids up for, at 2:30, 3 o'clock the day over. So honestly, it's cool, but it's like you still have to do things on your off day, because the whole 12-hour shift, you can't do nothing. Maybe make a phone call or two, if that, depending on who you're working with, the charge nurse.
Dating,
you know how to go.
and working in mental health.
Dating, so that time of opening up for somebody else, I'm sure can be limited. I'm a nurse, 12 hours, I get it. I didn't date for a while because I'm like, I ain't got time. When I'm gonna see you?
Right. Dating and working in mental health was a struggle. Mm-hmm. Dating and working in mental health and trying to keep your mental health was like it was a struggle, because it was times that working there, I would be okay. I would go to work fine, but you taking care of somebody all day and listen to their problems, and you have to go home and take care of your problems there, but you bring it home with you.
Oh, girl, do it.
Not bringing it home with you is a totally different story. And so many times, okay, you become fond of people. When your heart is in it, you start to like the patients. You start to take it, they be like, okay, this is my friend. I want to make sure they're good. I want to make sure that, they're this. You become that person that they depend on.
Yep.
Until you come to work one day and that same person has a great day and you're so happy, you feel like they're good. And then all of a sudden, he killed himself within the 15 minutes before you have to check on him again.
That's it.
And that happened to me.
Oh my God.
That happened to me, and I had to go home like I was okay when I wasn't. It's not okay. I wasn't okay. But I have to suppress it, because I have to go back the next day and finish taking care of the rest of the people like it never happened. So having to mentally deal with work and deal with home and deal with a relationship, it wasn't nothing that I wasn't able to do. I wasn't successful at it. And I'm going to be honest with you. I wasn't successful at it.
How long ago that's been? I didn't know that. No, because I came to work with you a few years ago. I wasn't in mental health.
We worked, she wasn't in mental health as long as I was. But I have had a few patients do that. And I had twice on my shift, between my shifts, should I say, that a patient that I'm like, oh my God, they were so good with me. And as soon as I left, they died. They thought it was okay. They was at peace with taking their life. And I wasn't at peace with going back to work the next day and having to take care of the rest of them, knowing that they wasn't here. And if I wasn't here, what could I have done? So you have to deal with those things. You go home with those things. So working in mental health is hard. I commend anybody that works in mental health. It's hard. But I didn't have a patient slit his throat in front of me, and try your best to kind of save them, should I say. Jesus. And I did. We did do that. But it's still hard to go home and not try to bring it home with you. Right. It's hard to go home and cry to your significant other and get them to try to understand that this is what you're going through. Exactly. This is what's going on, and them not understanding it. Because they're not there to understand it. They're like, let it go, it's work. Right. But it's not, because when you work in mental health, it's not every patient, a different patient every day. We had the same patients for months at a time, sometimes 2 weeks plus. So you with these people all the time. Relationship with them, Yes. So we build a rapport with them. We build relationships with them. And it's hard. It was hard.
So it was hard on the dating.
I'm going to say this, am I happy I'm not directly in the field? Yeah. But do I miss it? I do. Would I do it again? I won't, because my mental health is important. My mental health is important.
Okay, you first, not sis.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Understand. So, like you said, that definitely impacted your dating world, because there's times I may come home, and talk to my significant other. You looking like, okay, well, you had a job. It's a job. It's okay. Lay down. Watch a movie. I'm like, but no, you don't understand. This is going on.
But it no longer becomes a job, because your heart is
exactly.
When your heart is not about you're not doing it for the money.
Not about
when you're not doing it for the money. That's when things take a change.
And I always say that I'm not the nurse that's just signing a paycheck. Don't get it twisted now. I like my coins now.
Yeah.
And I need my coins.
Yes. We wouldn't do it if we didn't need it.
Yeah. I mean, be realistic. But at the same time, it's still it's deeper. No amount of money in the world, it's still these people's lives, because it's like at the same time it's mine. I feel we human. I have family members that's been hospitalized, or however, friends or whatnot. So it is what it is. So I totally understand. Like you said, with the dating world, it's hard. Like, I'm gonna be real with me. Like, I didn't date my first few years of nursing. I'm like, I don't have time. Like, I'm tired. Like, I go to work, I do this, I do that, and I'm trying to spend time with the kids, trying to let them do martial arts and dance and all this stuff here. I ain't got time to go and sit over no damn wine. I would love to.
Yeah.
But that wasn't just where I was at with it. I'm like, I have other goals to meet, and then, I just want to do certain things first before I, gave myself to someone else too, outside of work and kids. But a lot of nurses or healthcare professionals work 12 hours are single because of that. Because men, they don't understand that. Like, damn, you're working again all day long, you know, yada, yada. It's a lot. And a lot of them end up single.
Yeah.
They end up just they might have money, they might have their houses and cars and everything, but they ain't got that personnel because they just couldn't maintain it.
And that literally sums up dating in mental health, working in mental health. Like, next thing you know, like, I ain't gonna even lie.
That's why a lot of coworkers meet with each other and they get together.
It became a time that we work, like, I work, like I said, I work in mental health. I've been doing it 16 years. But you have come across people that you dated that came there and like, oh my God.
Oh, Lord, I not see my friend baby there.
Yes, I'm like, oh my God, you know. We are not opposed to the bullshit. Everybody goes through it, you know. So, like I say, dating in mental health, it's really hard. It's freaking hard. But at the same time, it takes a strong person to deal with that and try to have a life outside of that.
So how's your dating life now? Since you're kind of like, you know, you're doing something a little different.
My dating life now, I'm not dating. I'm in a relationship, but
okay,
and my Brandon, yes, he is amazing. He's awesome.
Hey, Brandon.
So dating now that I haven't worked in mental health in about I'm gonna say 10 months now. Mm-hmm. I haven't physically worked in mental health, but now that I'm there, like I'm happy now. I have a clear mind to be able to see things. I don't know. I have a better understanding of people and what they go through, and everybody deserves to be loved. Everybody deserves a chance. Everybody, no matter what they go through.
That's why I finally give a chance.
Yes,
you know me, sis. Yeah. I will give it away.
But I actually have time to love someone the way that they love me. So yes, I'm in a relationship right now. So yeah.
Yeah, see, and it's sad to say you have to move from the hospital to get through some.
Yeah, it is kind of sad to say that, you know, because people look at
do better with this healthcare.
People literally look at us and swear like we talk to we don't talk to nobody. We don't have time to do that.
Y'all got the money, y'all got this and that, but we ain't got the time.
No, we don't have the time or the mental capacity to sit there and deal with somebody else. Yes. So, but now, yes, I am dating. I'm dating and I'm happy, but I'm no longer working in mental health. Pow.
Okay, so I know you're a single parent of 4.
I'm a single parent of 4.
And beautiful kids. You're raising them well.
Yes.
You're doing your thing. How was that over 16 years? I know you were a young mama.
No, being a mother, working in mental health, it's not easy. Like I say, we had to go home and kind of like suppress what happened at work and try to go home and smile like everything's okay. Like, hey, mommy's home. But it was really hard because deep down I'm like, I can't sleep because of what I just seen.
Right, exactly.
Man, I wish I could do more to help the people that I'm at, but my kids are really suffering. Like, you know.
No, it's time for them.
Yes. Yeah.
I feel like that. Like when I first became a nurse, it was a 12 hours. It was new. I never worked when I was in nursing school. 3 years. God bless me. I never worked. I was able to not.
When I was in nursing school, I had to work.
Girl, this was nobody but Jesus, God. I was pregnant. I had the baby and everything in school. Like, it was nobody but God. It must have just really was my destiny to get through this program. Because I had every avenue. It was hard. I had every avenue to finish. So, however, went to 12 hours, come from not working to 12 hours. And I was staying with my mom before I bought my house. Mm-hmm. And I was like, Madison, which is my youngest, she'll like do certain things. And I'm like, nah. Maddie doing this and that. She was like, oh, Maddie's been doing that. I'm like, damn.
Talking about missing out on milestones.
So I'm like, well, damn, I think, like you said, you think you're off those days. But the kid's still in school.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
We miss out on a lot.
12 hours, I leave at 5:45, she sleep. I come back, 7 to 8, she sleep.
Yeah.
So think about 3 or 4 days a week of that. So am I really like raising I don't feel like I'm raising my daughter or my kids because I'm like, they hit these miles. So I'm all excited, like, oh, Maddie's doing this. She's saying this. She's like, girl, that's what she been doing.
I get excited about all
and that's what and I'm like,
different milestones my kids had.
Like, I'm really gone that much.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't feel like I'm going that much.
We don't realize it, but when we work 12 hours and we get home, we do what we got to do with our kids, and then we're sleeping. And then we back at it again. Yeah. And we back at it again. We catching up. We playing catch up.
We sipping because we brought nerves back.
We playing catch up. We're sipping. We're trying to get it together. And we realize we're missing out on so much. Our kids want us there. Our kids miss out there. Our kids, you know.
They do.
But we don't realize how much we missed out on working in mental health.
And that's how I got
But that's like working. No, and the reason I'm not saying working in the healthcare field in general is not as bad.
Right.
But working in mental health, it takes a special kind of person to do that because it would really damage your mental if you're not strong enough to do it.
But let me tell you, mental health too. But I worked at ER too.
I only ever worked in mental health.
And we get them rough from off the street. So not just that. I worked 11-11 shift. 11 to 11 p. I thought it was cool.
Well, you did.
I thought that was
she
good.
did ER. I did mental health and I did dual diagnosis.